view, the view, the view. The Democratic view.
Connect same dots, no cross.
Over and over again is my God, my God.
Wow, guys, Kamala Harris went on The View, and her reasoning on why she lost the election has the audience freaking out. You guys gotta check this video out.
Wherever you go now?
Well, you know, a lot of people are coming up to me crying, actually.
Crying? Yeah. I would be crying.
Yeah, but that was just me.
That's true.
Well,
Hi, guys.
hey,
Hi.
you know,
Hi.
this is just wild to have you here today.
Yeah.
It's just wonderful to see you.
It's good to be with you guys.
Good.
And really quick, guys, I don't mean to pause the video so early, but this book, 107 Days of Pure Excuses, the book that nobody asked for. Spoiler alert, Americans chose Trump over trauma. That's exactly what's going on here. Make sure you guys liking the video. I want to let this one play out. And if I chime in, just, let me know in the comments.
Because it's been almost a year since the election.
Yes.
We're going to get into everything that's been going on since. You look good.
Thank you. That's very
It's a sleep these days.
How are you?
I am well. Thank you for asking. I am well. I feel very blessed. My family is well. And, in spite of everything that's happening in the world, I don't have any complaints.
That's good, yeah.
Well, let me take you back a little bit. There seemed to be so much momentum after President Biden stepped aside. There was a renewed sense of hope for Democrats, honestly, for everyone. It felt like there was this great option. Money was pouring into the tune of $1 billion.
And she blew right through that.
Crowds at your events. And then election night came. Yeah. And it was 2016 all over again. And there's even a picture in the book that shows you and your husband when it appeared things weren't going quite the way maybe many of us had thought. What was going through your mind?
She was millions of dollars in the hole.
So that chapter in the book was probably one of the most difficult things that I had to reflect on and write about. In fact, Doug and I, my husband,
we know who he is.
It wasn't until I was writing that chapter
Dougie.
that we had ever talked about election night.
Oh.
We had never talked about election night.
It felt traumatic.
It was that traumatic. We had never talked about election night. So I'm writing it and I'm thinking about it. And, and there were a number of people who I could kind of what was your, the different perspectives of a moment. And that's when Doug told me that he had been out campaigning with my brother-in-law in Pennsylvania, and we met back up in D.C. And I remember him being a little out of sorts, but there was so much happening. But on his way back from a rally where there was an incredible amount of enthusiasm, people on the ground were like, we got it, we're going to do this. And then they talked with a mutual friend of ours who was over at Fox News in the war room.
Listen.
Who had been hearing about data that suggested things were not looking
great, right? What do you guys think? Do you think she needed to hear that? Do you think this may have been something that she already knew? Because I pray to God she wasn't that delusional, thinking that she actually had a chance to beat Trump.
Or they thought
Just
they did.
Listen to these crying excuses. Then she has these few clowns listen to her and back at her. But just wait.
Right, in Pennsylvania. And the way I write about it, my poor husband, so he didn't want to put that on me. He went upstairs and he basically went in the shower and prayed that it was not going to be a bad night. And it was, my family was there, everybody was there. I've always on election night done family and friends and dinner. But that night, I grieved in a way that I have not since my mother died. And the pain was, it was not at all about losing a race. I knew what it was going to mean for the country. I was going to say for the family. And that's how I felt for the country.
We all agreed.
I knew what it was going to mean.
We're all grieving. You know, This is something else. I mean, softball. They just let her speak. It's just right, and yeah, and, I know. It's this boy, but when my man Vance come on.
But the president knows that a lot of Americans are struggling. In fact, he ran on that. He talked about it, and we've done some things and made some good progress on that point.
He just said he loves the inflation.
What he said, Anna, what he said is that he loves the fact that the inflation is going to come down when this war is over. That's what he said.
That's not what he said.
That wasn't a
Are you his
interpreter or are you his vice president? Come on.
Well,
He treated Vance so bad.
What the president said, people were asking about the inflation. They were asking about the affordability problem, which again is very real. And what he said is, I love the inflation because it's going to come down when the war is over. And now, again, we already see gas prices today, $4.06 a gallon, too high, but way down from where they were just a couple of weeks ago.
No doubt. I've seen it.
There's a lot we got to do, but I think that we're doing as much as we can. We're going to keep on working at it. And again, the American people are going to make their verdict, but I think that we have a very credible case to run on, that we brought a lot of new investment. We're building the factories. That is going to pay serious dividends for the American people over the long haul. But the president knows that
in a lot of the museums, there's so many. Where they're taking down the actual history that happened in this country. Slavery happened. All kinds of stuff happened, and it seems that it has been very easy for this administration to remove that, and also to denigrate Black folks who have worked their behinds off to get this American dream. How do you? I mean, you know better.
I think
you know better.
Okay, look at Washington D.C. One of the most democratic and one of the blackest, by share of population, blackest cities in the United States of America, has seen a radical decrease in violent crimes and sex.
Okay. Miss Pro Black. There's her white. I ain't got nothing against white Caucasian people, but that was her white friend, her husband back in the days. She had a white dude right here, white dude right here. Didn't she date Ted Danson at one point? There's another white guy who she's with. They go Ted Danson. I remember him. Right. We used to like what we back in the days, yeah. So, for the black,
Crimes and sex.
You motherfuckers are a trip. 2024 presidential race map results.
2024 presidential race map results.
Y'all voted for her. Y'all thought all that laughing and joking and clowning and shit was gonna beat Trump. Good gracious. This gonna be 2028 if y'all Democrats don't get it together. Well, she won Pennsylvania. It was over. Look at this shit. Damn.